Ideals like peace, freedom, and justice, they get packed up, but we can all go home. Well, I'm not going home. I'm gonna get on my boat, and I'm going upriver, and I'm going to kick that son of a bitch Bison's ass so hard that the next Bison wannabe is gonna feel it. Now, who wants to go home? And who wants to go with me?
Welcome to the Rated G for Gamers podcast, episode 314. Before we start the show, we want to thank all of our wonderful fans who have supported us. And if you want to show support for the Rated G network, you can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/RatedG4Gamers. You can also find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And finally, please rate and review us on iTunes and Spotify. We appreciate all the love. I'm your host, Dave Rotino, and this is my co-host, Dan, the podcaster formerly known as Classic Robinson.
What's going on, man?
We had a very good weekend. We went to our friend James's wedding over the weekend, and
yes,
I gotta say,
Jay Winter,
Mr. Jay Winter, man's got a good set of pipes. Yeah, it is an amazing wedding. There's a lot of people I haven't seen in a long while.
It was a reunion. It was a Circuit City reunion, too.
It was a little bit of a
wedding
Circuit City
reunion.
Yeah.
No, it was awesome. We had fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say, bringing it back to video games, James always liked to cheat/cheese in fighting games.
And he was that kid.
He was that kid. Mm-hmm. He would put a code in when you weren't looking.
Right.
And he would always, and then if he was losing, he would accidentally kick the console or pull the cord.
Oh yeah! Oops! I hit the power button by accident.
Yeah,
I didn't mean to do that. Yeah. That sounds like James.
That sounds like listen, love him to death. James is the friend I talked about in earlier episodes about. I got the PS1 and he got the Saturn. James got the Saturn. So, and I got the PS1 back in those days.
Yeah. So you guys go like way back. Yeah.
We do. We go way back, man. I met him when I was like 5 years old.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
He's like my oldest friend. He's like my oldest friend. Yeah. I've known him longer than anybody. I've known him longer than you and Brian. Funny enough. So,
that's crazy. My oldest friend Jay, we go back. We went to elementary school together, so technically I knew him since then, but we didn't start hanging out till like middle school, till like 8th grade, I think. And we've been kind of friends ever since. But
all right, well, listen, I got James, you got Jay. They both start with J.
That's right, Double J.
Double J. Bringing it back to last episode, you didn't know who Double J was.
Jeff Jarrett. I know.
How do you not know? JEFF JARRET?
I know.
Jeff
Jarrett. We may get into all that again. A little bit behind the curtains. We may have a special guest coming up, where we may get to talk about that. That's all I'm going to say. But it was a beautiful day on Saturday, to bring it back to the wedding. Perfect weather, right? Wasn't too hot, wasn't too cold. Nice sunny day, beautiful venue. I love it. Weddings are always a good time. I don't care what people say. Right?
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know how long we were gonna be there. So just in case, I did map out some GameStop that were in the area that we didn't get a chance to go to. But I did have it. I did have it ready for us to go check out.
You know, I'd be down for it. So
I know. So, but no, we had a good day. But so I know that's big news for both of us. We both went to the wedding. But for me personally, I'm about to hit a milestone. It's not just on my birthday coming up, and I'll be 25 later. So I've known James about 20 years. Only 20 years. Seems like it's been longer, but it's only been 20 years because I'll be 25.
I'm going to do some quick napkin math here, and I think I'm going to have to say you're wrong. But that's okay. Dan Robinson will be 25 forever. Right,
I'll be 25.
That's fine.
But I'm about to hit 5,000 games. I'm literally
5.
Yes,
5,000.
yes. I'm literally 2 games away, but I have like 10 games in the mail. So I'm over 10.
So you're technically there. The games are in the mail. They will be here shortly.
I purchased them. I own them.
Okay.
They're just not in my possession yet.
You gotta let us know what the 5,000th game is specifically. Even if it's in like a pack or whatever, I want to know like the order that they came in the cart or whatever it is. You got to be able to work out what that 5,000th game is.
Because of the wedding, Saturday Morning Retro got pushed back to this Saturday, first Saturday. So this is going to be a special month. This is my birthday month, and we get Saturday Morning Retro at the first Saturday of the month, and we're going to get Saturday Morning Retro at the end of the last Saturday of the month. Probably when we record that next Saturday Morning Retro episode, which will be like in the next couple of days.
Right.
I will let you know on that episode what the 5,000 game is if it comes in. So I will keep you posted.
I can't wait.
All right, so let's get this show on the road. Dave, we have an awesome show this week. Coming up, we're going to talk about issues at Square-Enix and a big acquisition, but not one that any of us thought would happen. Came out of left field. Literally earlier when before we recorded the show, it came out. So, but before we get into all of that, let's talk about a lot of people's game of the year of last year, and It Takes Two, right? And we loved it, right? It was a surprise hit for us. We played it earlier last year.
Yeah.
And you right away said, Dan, game of the year. And I was like, really? You was like, yes, it was totally game of the year.
Yep. It's an amazing experience. I haven't played anything like it.
And I agree. Like when we first started playing It Takes Two, I was like, we'll just play it, right? A little bit. I don't know if we'll beat it.
Right.
We'll see how it goes. But then I kept like, Dave, come on, we're gonna play tonight. We're gonna play tomorrow. Like we're gonna play.
I'm like, all right, I'll get in.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah. It was a great game.
Did the whole thing co-op? I mean, yeah.
Well, you have no choice. So the way to play.
That's true. Yeah.
But it looks like The Rock will be the executive producer for It Takes Two, the movie, because they are making a movie, and it will be for Amazon. So Amazon has the rights.
Okay. Interesting option for It Takes Two. There's a lot of things I would option before It Takes Two. Not to take away from what a great game it is, but I don't know. Could they make? I mean, you can make a story out of it. I mean, it is a story.
It's a story in itself,
I
can see they have to stick to the main premise of the game. Right. 2 parents having an issue and the kid crying over the pending divorce, and then turning into dolls to sort of work together that may or may not bring them back together at the end.
Right. Yeah, they get kind of forced into that situation where they have to work together, and in turn work out their marriage in kind of the same bit. It's I mean, given the right director, right? I mean, The Rock is highly successful. Yeah, The Rock is highly successful. So I have no doubt he'll get the right people on board. But that's the thing. You need a good director. I mean, maybe you get, Michel Gondry to do it, or Wes Anderson, or somebody who kind of like is a little bit quirky and kind of would understand the source material. Because you can't get someone like Michael Bay to do it, right?
Why not? Listen, I want to have spaceships and guns and explosions. I want to have big explosions. I want to have the Transformers come out of somewhere, right? I want to have,
right? Yeah, because you would like totally shove them in the background of the toy room or whatever, right? Or her like bedroom, and you could do that, but no.
You know what? It Takes Two as the game had different game genres and different levels. So maybe one of the levels they turned into Transformers. Michael Bay would be like, oh my God, you're right, Prime and you're Beetle and you got to work together, right? Come on, that'd be great.
He would totally
do that. Too. I disagree. I want Michael Bay now.
You want a Michael Bay? Oh no.
Yes, I want at the opening scene of It Takes Two. I wanted to say Michael Bay production.
Michael Bay. Just go with a big explosion behind him. It Takes Two. Oh my God.
Yeah, the kid is just doing their homework and just explosion.
Yeah. Oh, now I want to see someone make a trailer out of this.
Yeah, that'd be. We have a friend that makes trailers. That'd be great.
That's right. If Derek hasn't already done it, maybe I'll kind of plant the seed.
But on a more serious note, I would love to see like The Rock. What was the narrator? The love note or book that was what they had to do.
Dr. Hikari Hakshimi. Okay,
well, I want to see The Rock play that character. That's The Rock. I don't want The Rock to be the main character. I want him to be like a background character to the main story. I mean, he's a good producer. He may not even be in it. But,
Dr. Hakim is the. I could see him playing Dr. Hakim, yeah, because he was real kind of like over the top and hey, you need to save your marriage. And he was great. I loved him.
I can see The Rock. doing that, being over the top.
Sure, doing a little bit of VO work.
This obviously, I think we're in agreement. This has to be mostly animated, at least, right? Maybe live action.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's live and animated. So yeah, okay. Then I could see The Rock being Dr. Hakim. That would be great. Sure. That would be a great pick.
Sure. I mean, really, like the game is only like 10% in the real world, quote unquote, and then they like turn into dolls for 90% of the game, and then you're off and running pretty quick. So, but yeah, I mean, you get a good animation studio behind it, hire some good voice work talent, and get a good director in there. I mean, I think that's for just about any movie. But I mean, if you get
every movie ever made,
but I mean,
you get good actors. You get a good director. You get a good cinematographer.
But it's not just a good director and a good actor. It's people that understand the material. That's the thing, right? You got to know, what's the best way to bring this to screen, right? You got to understand what it is.
Okay, well, this wasn't in the run of the show, but I'm just gonna bring it up. Batman, right?
Mm-hmm.
I said went and saw it with the family and stuff, and it was great. Mm-hmm. It will be a sequel. They've announced that everybody's returning to come do a sequel, right?
Mm-hmm.
The director and
Pattinson.
Pattinson's coming back,
mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
You have a good script, good director, good actors, know the material. Right?
Well, they understood the source material. They understood it was a more detective-y Batman, right? Yeah. They went that route with
it. He's still new. He's still
mm-hmm.
new, right? He's
mm-hmm.
only been Batman for a couple of years. It's not like he's like 10 years in, 15 years in. He's
right.
Maybe 2 or 3 years in Batman, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would love to see. I'm not gonna. I know there's big rumors that they're working on another Batman game. I know we got Gotham Knights Batman game first Batman game without Batman,
right?
But I would love to see the Batman the game.
Sure,
come on.
Sure.
That's what I would love to see that. See,
mm-hmm.
give another studio a crack at it. You can do two things at once. I think you could do
100%.
Right, Gotham City and have the Batman the movie, right?
Right.
Game, movie the game. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, make a good one. Take the principles from Arkham games and make a good game a film adaptation to the
It's about time. I think
game adaptation of the
movie was 2016 or 2015?
Yeah.
It's been a while. It's been a long while. Need more Batman.
Switching gears a little bit. I thought this was a thing already.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know this wasn't, but new amiibo, starting with Min Min, right? That's out now. I still haven't gotten it. Limited
mm-hmm.
supplies for some odd reason. Limited supplies, but it seems that all amiibo that come out are in limited supply for their first run, and then you pay exorbitant amounts of money, or you go find it, and then like 3 months later,
and then it's like everywhere.
It's everywhere, right?
Yep.
Like it happened with the Loft Amiibo, the Zelda Loft Amiibo. I got it.
Yep.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden I can't not see it. It's everywhere. So.
Yep.
But apparently, new Amiibo that will be released will work in the box. Now, I thought this was already implemented. We probably talked about this in one of our early shows, because the Shovel Knight Amiibo worked in the box, and it was another Amiibo. I can't remember what it was, but it was another Amiibo that actually worked in the box as well. So I just thought this was a commonplace.
I thought that was the only one, but I guess, just the two. No, and I thought they were doing it specifically because, like, technically you could take your Switch, bring it into the store, right? Say, like, have Mario Kart open, and then just, like, scan all the things and get all the bonuses. Because a lot of people just get them for the bonuses, all right?
Yeah.
And that would kind of hinder some sales, because some people don't want the plastic on top of the bonus. They like, just want the bonus. But, I mean, I guess they see it as not an issue anymore, so that's cool. And, like, some of the Amiibos don't even give you bonuses. So they're just like little figurines, which I get them for the figurine purpose. If they have a bonus to them, that's the like added thing for me.
So I'll be honest, I have I'm probably missing 20 Amiibo altogether. Like
20 out of all of them? Like every Amiibo?
Like every Amiibo. No,
okay.
Like 20. I made a list.
Okay.
I made a list, and it was like 30, 36, and I got it down to 20.
Okay.
When you get to cards, you lost me. Like, I'm not making it to the Amiibo cards.
Right.
I'm done. So if you count the Amiibo cards, then maybe it's like 30 or something. Because I do have like a couple of packs of cards, but two of them I didn't open at all. Because it'll be like 20 years from now. Like, I got some Amiibo cards that I never opened.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Okay. I still have the e-reader cards. You told me not to open them. I have them unopened. They're brand new.
Yeah, don't open them. Don't open them. There are ways to play the content on there. You can.
I only have the cards I have are only for Super Mario Brothers 3, right? And I brought the Wii U version, so I have all the open content for the card. I don't have all the cards for the Wii. I don't have all the cards for the Super Mario Brothers 3. I have like 2 packs. I don't even know if that's all the cards, but it's brand new, still sealed, not opened. And you're like, don't open it. Just
keep them
find
mint
it somewhere.
Yeah,
I know.
Keep them mint.
And I was like, come on, I got the e-reader, and I can't use it because the only cards I have are sealed.
I know.
The only cards I have are sealed. I can never use this e-reader. Now I'm gonna have to go on eBay and buy some loose cards just so I can see if the e-reader even works, because I haven't tested it.
Sure. Well, I have an e-reader too, as of like, I think 3 years ago. I found that at a garage sale. So I don't even know if mine works either. I don't have an e-reader card, so.
I'll buy some loose cards.
We're going to have to try it out. We're going to have to try it out.
We'll see if it works. Yeah. But I do have some sealed cards. I still haven't opened it yet. Thank God for the Wii U.
Yeah, right.
But I honestly thought this was a thing. I didn't know this wasn't a thing. I thought every Amiibo had it, but I have so many Amiibo on my shelf that when I get new Amiibos, I just don't open them. It's only because I don't have any room. I just don't have any room. If you
wait a minute.
If you look behind me, you see Amiibo.
Sure.
They're not with the other Amiibo because I don't have any room with the other Amiibo. So I have them with the statue. With my gaming statue.
You know they're bigger in the package, right? If you take them out of the package, they're a little bit smaller.
True, but they're easier to keep track of and to put something in store somewhere.
True. Yeah, you can kind of stack them pretty easily. Yeah,
because if I take it, and I have like the Monster Hunter ones, they're huge.
Yeah.
Where am I putting them? Where are we gonna put them? I have nowhere to put them, and I don't want them to break. Yeah, I don't want them to break or get scratched or anything. So if I had more room, I would have definitely took them out of the packaging. But because I don't have the room, I leave them in the packaging. I can put them in a bin somewhere because it's easier to keep the store compared to taking it out, and then I essentially have a loose toy. All right.
Yep.
And it's like, where do I put this loose toy?
Fair enough.
So I thought they worked. My long story short, I thought they worked. I haven't really tried them. But I guess this is a thing now. So going forward, they will work. And, Nintendo, Amiibo haven't really been a thing for a long time. So you're kind of like 5 years too late to this party of making them work in the packaging.
Right.
But I'm glad going forward we'll have them. Dave, part of the show. We always try to start the show, but epically fail. What have you been playing?
Oh, so me and Anthony, right? I was talking about the PAX trip on the last episode. We drove up and back from to and from Penny Arcade, and it's like a 5-hour trip. It was long, and you gotta entertain yourself somehow, right? So we were listening to video game soundtracks. He had a big binder full of video game CDs, and then once that kind of ran out, then I was playing some stuff from YouTube and all that, and we were just chatting and all that. And I asked him the Desert Island question, right? You had one game for the rest of your life. What game would that be, right?
Did he say Super Mario Brothers 3?
Surprisingly, no. He tried to pull the whole, like, well, what about, like, this compilation of games? I'm like, nah, it doesn't count. It's got to be the OG game, right? You can't have, like, LucasArts. First off, the compilation thing doesn't work, because if that's the case, give me a PC and I'll emulate everything that ever existed. No. You have no internet, whatever. You only have the one game, and that's it. You can't do any emulation. Can't do any of that.
I'm saying the compilation thing doesn't work, because if you could use the compilation as a cheat, then just give me a PC. And I'll emulate. I can emulate. Give me a PC with emulation. I can.
Sure, you can just put whatever on there. Yeah. So it's got to be one game.
Compilations don't work.
No, of course not. Right? It has to be the game as released. And I was like, all right, look, you can get the expansions too, right? If they put out DLC or whatever, this and that, you get the complete version of the game with all its patches and the whatever else, like the best version of that game. But no re-releases, no updates, no whatever. Well, I mean, maybe if you wanted to do, like, I don't know, the updated version of Duke Nukem, right? I want the 2018 Duke Nukem 20th anniversary remaster or whatever. I go, okay, that's your game. And whatever state that game was finally put out in, whatever the last update was, that's what you get for that game. So he was like, okay. And I always go with Tetris, because Tetris is infinite, right? It's the best game. You can play it over and over again. The OG Game Boy Tetris. Yeah. That's what I would take. And he was like, I disagree. And he said a game that we love from back in the day, a PC game, by the way, Heroes of Might and Magic 3. That was our game. Turn-based strategy game from 3DO, of all companies. 3DO and New World Computing was the developer, I believe. 3DO was the publisher. 3DO obviously
never heard of this game a day in my life.
Oh, see, you were already out of like PC gaming by that point. But well, there was Might and Magic, which was the traditional dungeon crawler style RPG game, and then Heroes of Might and Magic was in the same universe, but it was a turn-based strategy game, and amazing. So I bought it again. It was on sale for $2.50. Had to get it.
You got it on sale for 50 cents off. Got it.
That's right. No, it was 75% off. Normally $10. And if you go through, I think EA owns the rights now. If you go through EA, it's $10. If you go through Good Old Games, you go through GOG, it's $2.50. So buy it on GOG. All right. And I probably would have spent $10 anyway, because the game is great, but I'd rather pay $2.50. So I've been playing that, and also been playing Elden Ring on the Series X. That game is big. I know you're going to tell me you're still playing that game. Yes, I'm still playing that game, Dan.
Yes, I have Elden Ring in my Xbox ready to go.
Oh,
you
got to give it some time.
I just need to know. When I have time, I'll put my 30 minutes in, and then I'll be done, and I'm gonna erase it. So I'm just waiting.
No. Look.
30 minutes.
Once you get over the hump, once you get over the I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Once you get into it,
deal.
You're into it.
No. I'm gonna disagree. That's a big deal. You say get over the hump. No, that's like the game itself.
Dan, I have to. Okay. I have to tell you.
I'm good.
Hold on. I have to tell you about the last boss that I fought, or one of the last bosses that I fought.
Okay.
It was like
50 times to beat him?
No. Actually, I beat it on the first try. She was actually pretty easy. I think I may have been a little bit overpowered, but that's besides the point. There's like there's like 6 major bosses maybe. And it's funny because they all
5 too many for a Souls-like game. So, go ahead.
Well, it's funny too because George R.R. Martin did the story, or he was I guess a coordinator or whatever, not a coordinator, a collaborator or whatever.
Contributor, collaborator,
right,
to the story, which
he
doesn't do anything for me.
Well, no, I'm not bringing it up to kind of sell you on it, but every one of the major bosses starts with either a G, an R, or an M, because he's got to put his stink on the game somehow. So
okay. That doesn't appeal.
There's a lot of Godskin characters. There's Margit, and there's a lot of amazing bosses. And I was in this castle. Castles are everywhere, but I was in this castle in like the lake area, and I found a way to get through the door. I found the key for the door, which broke the seal, and I got in. And it was a crazy like magician's library. I fought my way all the way up, and then I get to the boss room, and it's a lady in a giant like sphere of water, I think, and there's all these female creatures crawling on the ground with like little books. Yeah, I guess their spine is messed up, so they like can't move off the ground, but they can like crawl towards you. So there's a ton of them like on the ground, and you have to kill a certain number of them or kill the right one, which will crack the little sphere that the lady is in. So she's throwing down stuff at you. These guys are like coming at you, and it was amazing. Like I failed the boss pretty easily, but I've never fought a boss battle like that before. It was crazy. And then she like drops out of the thing, and then she's stunned, and then you can kind of like, use your magic or hit her with your weapon. But oh my god, it was amazing. It was amazing.
It's the most amazing thing I'll never play because I'll never get to that boss.
Oh
no.
I'm good with the game now. I understand the mechanics. And it's so much fun.
Well,
and
you know what?
It's so detailed. Like the level of detail was amazing.
So that's irrelevant to me if I can't play it, and I understand you liking it because it took you like 10 years to beat the original Batman Arkham game because you.
Well, that was because I put it on hard mode. That's all.
And you love things on super hard. You love to get like beaten like a million times. That's not me. So I will never enjoy that as that enjoyable.
It's not.
To me.
Look. Once you get over the initial hump, it gets infinitely easier. And then you learn, and then you can power yourself up and get all the good weapons. And then you're like, all right, I'm good now.
That hump will always be in front of me. I ain't never getting over it.
This guy.
I ain't never getting over it.
You're a give up Charlie. I don't know.
Nope.
All right.
Nope. You're a masochist.
All right. Well, look. Play the game. I want to know what your thoughts are on it. Play the game. I gotta know what your thoughts are.
I'll give it at least 30 minutes.
Okay.
A game that I've given more than 30 minutes, and I'm 86% complete, and that is Marvel's Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah, me and you both. I'm about 80% through Spider-Man as well.
So it's Spider-Man. I have the digital version because I have the remastered for the PS5, and because I have it with Miles Morales. And I just jump in. I have it downloaded. Probably will never delete it ever off my PlayStation hard drive, PS5 hard drive, because I just jump in. It's just a game for me to jump in and do a wave of enemies. They do like 4 waves of enemies. Like you hit a spot and it's like, do you want to start? Yep, boom, 4 waves complete. On to something else. 4 waves complete, and then I'm done. Right? I just jump in a little bit. I've been busy with the appraisal, doing the house. Right. If you're watching the video version, I usually do more staging behind me. Don't have that much staging, and you may see I'm not in my gamer chair. What happened to the back of my chair? Had to get rid of it. I will be buying a new chair. It's a new chair I want. I'll probably buy around my birthday.
Okay.
So right now I'm in like just my old work chair, which is a $30 Amazon chair for now. But haven't had time to play a lot. But I did jump in and out of Spider-Man, and I still play. I don't really talk about it on the show. I still play the Mario game on the iPhone. Like, it is so addictive. I'm
Mario Tour? What is it? The Mario Runner?
It's the Mario
Infinite Runner game. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I don't have my phone on me right now.
Super
I can't
Mario
really
Run.
tell, but
Yeah,
I
Super
do play.
Mario
I
Run.
do play, and it's funny because I play the like sort of when you got to use the tickets, and you get every day you get like 5 or 6 tickets. I have like 100 tickets.
Yep.
I have 100 tickets. I'm on like stage like 325.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Right? Like, because I just randomly play it all the time. And you get to the different pipe, and you get to a different world, and the world has like, remix stages and stuff. So I randomly play. I used to play it on a bus all the time, and I just randomly play it if I'm like sitting down, I'm bored or something.
It's always good to have that game on your phone, right? You can just kind of fire it up whenever. Yeah.
Mario Run.
Yep.
So that's what I've been playing, really. Just I haven't played anything of substance, and I've been playing.
Hey, Spider-Man is substance, Dan.
Well,
anything new?
Progression.
Right.
Yes, and I've been playing a game that for Saturday Morning Retro, which if you want to know what I've been playing, listen to Saturday Morning Retro coming up this Saturday. All right, we'll talk about it, the games that we've both been playing, and give you a little hint. It is surprisingly to me one of the best fighting games I never played that came out like 12 years ago. So it's an awesome game. So listen to that. And on that note, we'll take a break. And when we come back, we're getting to the top gaming news of last week. And we're back. Let's get into the top gaming news of last week. We have 5 stories on a docket this episode. And it's actually historic because we have a dual lead story because they lead into each other. Right before we started recording.
Some may say, breaking news, right? Breaking news.
Yeah, right before we started recording, something came in that sort of tied into our lead stories. So we have 2 dual lead stories. And let's talk about Square-Enix right now. Yuji Naka, creator of Sonic, he went ballistic over Square-Enix. And if you know, he was working with Square-Enix, and he made Balan Wonderworld, which one of the worst games that came out last year.
Right.
I didn't think it was as bad. I saw the potential when I bought it and I got it on PS5. I saw some of the potential of the game, but it just wasn't finished. Right? I didn't think it was finished at all. I had good ideas.
Yeah, and I heard some kind of behind the scenes stories that Yuji Naka was kind of pushed out during the last 6 months of development, and because they were working with another company, I think Arzest was kind of developing the game, but he was like the head of it, and for whatever reason, I'm assuming it was Sega, maybe kind of pushed him out to the side and said,
Square-Enix.
Or Square-Enix, I should say, yeah, pushed him to the side and said, all right, Arzest, you got to get this game out. Let's go. It came out too early, half-baked, like you said, kind of a...
Well, he pretty much claims that Square-Enix doesn't care about video games at all, and they just want the money. They're doing everything they can for the money. And, they've had some stinkers or some games that didn't live up to potential in recent years, right? I mean, honestly, you look at Marvel's. I think Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy was sort of an outlier, where it got the critically acclaim that no one thought it would have. At least when it got announced, someone thought it would be as good as it was, and I thought it was great when I played it. I thought the game was amazing. I put it in my personal top 10 of last year.
Yep.
Right. Didn't sell as well as they wanted to sell, but it did sell. It did sell well, right? I think it really did good, but I don't think it did as good as they thought, because I think they put high high expectations.
I'm glad you said that, because that's important, right? A game that sells well and a game that sells well according to Square-Enix, there's a chasm there. And I think their expectations for these games, I think, are wildly incorrect. And I've heard that with multiple games under Square Enix's belt.
But like you look at Avengers, that didn't do as well as they thought. And I thought Avengers was okay. It had its. I thought Marvel's Avengers had its glitches, right? Fallout had lots of glitches too.
I mean, to be fair, yeah, hell, the Witcher 3 when it came out had a ton of glitches.
Yeah, right. Cyberpunk. Let's not talk about that.
I mean, most notably, yeah.
But I beat Avengers and I thought it was really good. Didn't get into the Spiderman DLC and the T'Challa Black Panther DLC that came out recently. I didn't really get into that. But I thought the Avengers was a really good. I thought it was a really good game, and I think it was a great game by any means. But they're gearing up to focus more on Final Fantasy and some of their RPGs, right? I mean, you got Final Fantasy 16, Final Fantasy 7 Remake 2, or whatever they want to call it.
Yeah.
If those come out and those are stinkers, then Square Enix has a big problem.
Oh, well, yeah.
But I was gonna say when I initially put the show together, I was gonna say, but they can step back and really put focus on their next Deus Ex game and their next Tomb Raider game, right? Because by all accounts is another trilogy in the works. And Unreal Engine 5, they announced that they're working on the next Tomb Raider game in that new engine, in that new engine. But that comes to our dual lead story, because it looks like Square Enix no longer owns those franchises because they sold 3 studios to Embracer Group, right? They sold Eidos Montreal, Eidos Montreal, and what was the other 2? I can't think of it at the top of my head. I have the article, but it was 3 different studios that they sold that owned the IP to Tomb Raider, Deus Ex, and Thief, which now THQ pretty much owns, which is Embracer Group, which owns THQ and all the other studios that they have.
Right.
It was Crystal Dynamics,
and then Square Enix Montreal. So they sold off part of their development studio up in Canada. That is wild, because, and tell me if I'm wrong, but I thought the last Tomb Raider trilogy, I didn't play them, but I thought they did amazingly well commercially and critically.
I didn't like the first one.
Okay.
The first remake. I wasn't big on that one. The second one and the third one played more like Uncharted somewhat, right?
Okay.
They had a lot more puzzle. The first one really focused on stealth, right? You had limited ammo. Yeah. You had to build a bow and build and craft arrows and stuff like that. And it focused really on stealth. Don't know if it opened up more later on in the game, because I didn't get that far. And I'm not big on stealth games, but the second one, that story wise, I really enjoyed. And they did open up the game a little bit more, and it felt more like puzzly, like Uncharted. That's a shocker. The Tomb Raider now automatically. I don't say Embracer Group. I'm sorry. I just say THQ, because that's the sexy name. That's in here.
That's got the history. Embracer Group is like,
like a parent company.
A financial conglomerate. It's like, ooh, no.
Yeah,
THQ is where it's at. Yeah.
THQ Nordic. Tomb Raider now becomes their biggest game, their biggest IP, the biggest franchise that they have in their portfolio by far. So, and Square and Deus Ex becomes their second.
So, RIP to Destroy All Humans.
In Time Splitters.
I'm gonna say that they're I'm gonna say Destroy All Humans was their top franchise, but not anymore.
Embracer Group pays $300 million for all 3 studios. It's like $100 million a studio, right?
Sure.
I got to be honest. I didn't even know they were for sale. I mean, like, this is. I honestly feel like this is something like Microsoft would have did, right? Especially for $300 million. That sounds like a bargain for Microsoft.
Dropping the hat, yeah. Microsoft, yeah, dropping the bees on them, right? How many billion is it going to take to get you into the fold?
Because
we got it.
Isn't Eidos Montreal helping co-develop Perfect Dark or something along those lines?
I believe
Crystal Dynamics. Dynamics.
I believe they're lending a helping hand because that game is in trouble. So, I mean,
that sounds like something Microsoft would have said. Oh yeah, you know what? We'll even give you another $50 million. We'll make it even.
Right. Yeah, come on now. It's way too low. We'll give you an even 350.
Yeah, for these 3 studios and these IPs, right? Because now you can have all the Deus Ex games, and you can have all the Thief games, and you can have all the Tomb Raider games, all on Games Pass. Day one for free, there next to Doom and all of the Bethesda games and all of the Activision
as if they
games,
needed more games. I mean, they always need more games on Game Pass, but if they were like hurting, right? There you go. You can also have these 3 studios. Just to give some context, I looked up the sales numbers of the last 3 Tomb Raider games. Cumulatively, they sold 38 million units worldwide.
Okay,
that is a good number, 38 million. So it's like
it probably underperformed to Square Enix's expectations.
I mean, I'm not really sure what the budget is for these games or whatever, but I'm sure they're turning a profit. I mean, they made a trilogy out of it, right? After the reboot came out, they're like, all right, put out Rise. After Rise came out, they're like, all right, put out Shadow, right? Make the 3.
Yeah.
And there was no question. They finished the story arc for Lara Croft, and they were amazing games. And then now they're like, I feel like they need money. And some of their other projects are going a little bit too long, like the other 2 Final Fantasy games. 15 was in production for like 5-6 years.
We're not going to see 16 for another couple of years. We're not going to see... Well, I think we'll see... Final Fantasy VII Remake 2 before we see 16.
Oh, I know.
That's coming in the next. Yeah,
you're 100% right because the engine's already done. They already have a lot of the assets done. They just have to build the new story bits, which is still a lot, but it's not like crazy.
But honestly, I think now maybe the bad press, them selling off 3 of their major studios, makes Square Enix prime for poaching at a discount, right? And there was stories that Sony would buy them, right? I can't see Microsoft buy. I mean, maybe Microsoft could buy them, but Sony could buy them, right? They have a lot of RPGs still in their portfolio, right? They're essentially buying them for their RPGs, right? And we would get the next Octopath Traveler exclusive on the PlayStation platform, and that Nintendo. But they would come at a discount. Because you're not buying the talent or the IP of Crystal Dynamics in Eidos Montreal, right? That when I think of Square Enix, I think of Crystal Dynamics, I think of Tomb Raider, I think of Deus Ex. These games that you could buy, and these IPs that are worth money, that are valuable. Right. And now you're not getting them. So how much is Final Fantasy worth? And especially if that's all you got, that's your major game. What other major franchises other than the Dragon Quest series do you have in your portfolio? I mean,
those are the 2 big ones. And it's interesting because they have a lot of good IP that they could revive. They could put out new. I mean, they're still doing the Mana games, like Legend of Mana. The remake of that just came out or is coming out really soon. But I mean,
we can get a new Mario RPG. Come on, now we can't.
No, we can't.
No, I know.
No, we can't because we already have Paper Mario. Paper Mario was the.
I was just thinking maybe Nintendo can buy them. Maybe Nintendo can buy them, and they could come out with an official, Super Mario RPG 2.
Sure.
That would sell gangbusters. People would flock to the Switch.
I mean, sure. Because like Paper Mario was different enough that it's kind of turned into its own thing. But I mean, there's a lot of dormant Parasite Eve. They own that, right? That was like a Resident Evil style game.
That was Sony.
Right? There's Vagrant Story. Put out a new Chrono game, right? Put out Chrono Break. The game that was supposed to be the third one in the trilogy, and that never came out.
If Sony did buy them, then we would never see an official sequel.
Super Mario Bros. RPG 2. Listen, I'd be fine with that because there's so many other RPGs that need to be revived. Like, that is one of many that need to be revived for sure. But
I don't know. I think they've taken a hit. I know they need the money, and that tells me that they're primed to be sold. And watch, I think Sony should buy them. I know people think Microsoft should buy them. Watch, it'd be Capcom that buys them because Capcom doesn't really have RPGs in their portfolio.
They have Breath of Fire, but they haven't put one of those out in almost 20 years. So.
Yeah, so they would Final Fantasy would fit that bill right there, right?
Sure would.
So we would keep an eye on it. We'd keep an eye on that. But what will Embracer Group? We know there's a new Tomb Raider coming out. So what would Embracer do? Will they revive Deus Ex? We heard that Deus Ex was taking a break. Maybe they'll revive that. Maybe they'll revive Thief.
I think they'll do a new game for all that stuff. Sure,
okay.
Each studio works on their respective game. They give them time to put it out, right? They don't kind of rush the game, because you're building a whole new. I mean, you're building upon the franchise, but you're building a whole new probably a trilogy for these games or some sort of new narrative for them. So you take Lara Croft, put her in a whole new thing with the new story arc, and that takes time. That takes time to do.
So if Sony, let's transition. If Sony actually did buy them, right? Square-Enix, they could put all the Final Fantasy in their new subscription service.
Oh,
right, and their premium service, PlayStation Plus Premium, which I will be upgrading when the time comes.
Yep.
But the thing that I won't be doing, not because I don't want to, because they won't allow me, I won't be stacking or blocking my PS Plus subscription.
And wait to the party, Dan. You should have already done. You should have already done this.
Sony's reportedly blocking any PS Plus subscription stacking with the PlayStation subscription cards, where you could just buy the cards and come up and you have it for 3-4 years, and then it'll automatically shift you over. They won't do it. Right.
And like the idea behind it, right, is to buy it at the current price now. This is the same thing that happened with Microsoft and Xbox Live with Games Pass, right? Because Games Pass was more expensive. And when you converted your profile over, right, to Games Pass, it would convert all of your months of Xbox Live over. So you could get them at a super discount. And it's the same thing here, right? You want to stack it up ahead of time, and then it'll convert your membership. All those months get converted into PS Plus Premium. And they put the kibosh on it.
So what I would usually do is buy one or two during the holiday season when they're half price, right, for the year, and then use the code. But now I can't do it. Now I can't even do. Well, one, it's changing in June, and two, I don't know what's going to happen during this holiday season, if they'll have something similar for their different tier services. But I think Microsoft leaned into it where they encourage you to stack because they just want to keep you on the platform because it's a different business model for them, right? Like they want to go straight digital and have you play Games Pass, and I think they're going the Stadia route eventually. Where
they're going to be out of business in 2 months?
No, they have an Xbox, and you play Games Pass. You play a game, pause it, whatever, suspend it, and then because you got to go to work, you can't work from home, and then you play Games Pass on your phone, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I think they'll go that route eventually, and that's what they want. But they want to keep you in the ecosystem. They want to keep you in the software. Where Sony more so wants you to buy the hardware to have the software, to play the software, and Nintendo just wants your nostalgia, right? Because everything is retro as far as their subscription services go. So there's three different business models, and it's curious to see how Microsoft has leaned into the stacking Because, well, you're going to be on our system longer. That's great because eventually you're going to have to pay, right? And then it'll just be commonplace since you had it for so long. And Sony doesn't want to do that.
No.
So I'm not saying it's right or wrong. It's wrong when I can't stack. There we go. That's what it was.
Of course. Well, once it actually affects you, it affects you. Like, otherwise you're like, just like, it's not a big deal. And I get it from a business standpoint, right? Because you don't want people to take advantage of a loophole, which is what this is. So.
Okay. All right. Let's shift gears. Let's talk about Xbox, Microsoft. Xbox and Bethesda have officially announced that Xbox and Bethesda Games Showcase announced for June 12th, 10 a.m. Pacific time, about 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And by the logo, looking like it's in space, heavily hints to Starfield, right?
Oh yeah,
and it just makes sense.
Starfield definitely coming out this year.
If Starfield's if still coming out 11/11, right?
Definitely this year. I would almost bet money on it, almost.
But Starfield's too easy.
I
want to ask you, what do you want to see from the showcase? What games do you want to see?
Mm-hmm.
Give me at least one that you want to see, or give me one. Wait. Give me one that you want to see, and give me one that realistically you think will be there. That's not named Starfield.
Well, I'm gonna give you three. I'm gonna also give you a game I don't care if it's on the stage, and that's Fable. Do not care.
All right.
Not care. I don't. I'm sorry. I know it's a new studio. I know Lionhead isn't behind it. There's no Peter Molyneux behind it. I know it's all different. It's internal now, but whatever. Could not.
You know what? Fable doesn't care about you either. So go ahead.
Okay, good. So, we can't call on anything from Activision Blizzard because that deal hasn't inked yet, right? So we're not going to get any Diablo stuff.
We're like a year away from that, so no, we're not going to get any of that.
We're not going to get Diablo. We're not going to get Spyro. We're not going to get any of the stuff. We're not going to get the Call of Duty franchises. All that stuff is still coming out. There will be announcements, but we could get the announcement on the Microsoft stage. It just won't be.
Sony still owes the marketing for Call of Duty.
Okay, well then we won't get it there. Then it'll probably be on the Sony stage. Okay, so kibosh on that. We won't get that there. I mean,
I think they still own the marketing for like another 2-3 years, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who owns it.
Oh, good on them. Good on them. I think I think my answer to your two questions is one answer, and it's Wolfenstein. It's what I want to see and what I think we'll get from them. Because, well, it's been like 3 years since Youngblood, I think. At least 2, maybe 3. I think it's about time for BJ Blazkowicz to come out again and kick some Nazi butt, because everyone loves killing Nazis, because they're the ultimate evil, and the games are always fantastic, right? They're just balls to the wall crazy. You know, they kind of kick down the door of reality and say, no. You want to be able to climb a mountain while holding 2 guns? And soak up bullets?
Easy.
There you go.
Easy.
There you go.
Easy. If you want to jump out of an airplane and still like shoot,
yep.
2 guns and destroy an airplane, it'll happen. No problem.
It's like the Fast and the Furious of the first-person shooter games.
So I want to say, because they announced it as Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase, I think we're going to see less Xbox and more Bethesda, right? Because Perfect Dark, from all accounts, is a development hell, and maybe that's a little hyperbole, right? Maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit. Maybe the studio has some issues, but Crystal Dynamics is co-developing it, and now it's owned by a different parent company. But it doesn't mean it will stifle development by any means. Fable, I don't think we're anywhere near seeing Fable.
No.
Right? It nowhere near. I think they announced that way too soon, just like Metroid Prime 4, right? Mm-hmm. This studio is known for racing games, known for the racing games.
Oh yeah,
and they're trying something totally different. So
Playground, right? Playground games. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see anything from Fable, even though I really want to see. My answer from the want standpoint would be Perfect Dark, but we're not going to see any of that. I don't think we're going to see any of that. Or Gears, or we may see Gears. We may see Gears 6. That would be great. That would be a heart tugger for me. Gear 6.
I think it's about that time, and I have to say, unlike the Gears tip, they do amazing work in terms of support. The amount of multiplayer levels that have come out since launch, like it launched with like maybe 12 maps. They've like more than doubled that in the last couple of years, which is amazing.
Well, I think Gear 6 is somewhat realistic as well, like because we haven't seen Gears 5 is like 3 years old at least, right? I think
2018, I think 2018, 2019 maybe. So yeah. It's been a little
2018. 2018 sounds about right? It was about 4 years. So it may not come out this year, but I think we'll see the next story of the next trilogy, right?
Yeah. I mean, the Coalition is definitely working on it, for sure.
Yeah, and they did something different with Gears 5, where it was linear, and then we get to a spot where you can go to wherever you want it to.
Yeah.
The next Gears may be sort of, and we saw that with Halo Infinite too, right? It was linear, and then you can go wherever you want.
Straight up open world in like the middle of it.
So maybe Gears would be that. Who knows? But I think Gears is going to be an Unreal Engine 5, so they will have to convert that over. So that's why I think we'll see it, but I don't think it's coming out this year. I think we're going to see more Bethesda games than anything because of the announcement Xbox and Bethesda. I think going forward it'll just be Xbox, because then it will all be associated with Xbox, right? I think Bethesda, because it's still so new, they only owned it for like a year and a half or something along those lines. We're definitely going to see a Deathloop release for
Xbox.
For
yeah, that's
Pass,
right, because it's Arcane,
right?
which was under Bethesda. Yep.
Right. Maybe not. Maybe not. Tokyo.
Ghostwire Tokyo.
Ghostwire Tokyo, because that just came out, and you know, that's something we'll probably see at next year's showcase. Right. Or something along those lines. But we could definitely see a Deathloop with DLC, new characters, new storyline that comes out for Games Pass this fall, because that exclusivity will be up. Right, maybe like a multiplayer deathmatch, where you and another player can go head to head and see who can kill each other with like all the NPCs around. So, or something along those lines. I don't know. I'm just making shit up, but I think Deathloop for Games Pass will be there. And that is a Bethesda game. And Doom, right? The trilogy, right? We knew we were getting a trilogy. Maybe we'll see some early development of Doom. That would be great. I could see that.
I could definitely use more Doom in my life. Let me tell you.
I know.
I mean, I beat the campaign. I still have the Doom Eternal DLC to go through, so I do have a little bit that I can still go back to. But yeah, I want new Doom, man. I want new Doom.
But this is the first to drop of the post E3, right? Press conferences.
The
E3 press conference.
Yeah, this is their thing. They're getting out ahead of it a little bit, right?
Yeah.
About a month ahead, actually. Yeah. Oh, actually, no. This would have been E3 time. What am I saying? E3 is early June.
100%. Just so I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to see it. All right. Let's go into some sad news. Rest in peace to all the Sonic games that were digital, because now they've been delisted, or will be delisted. This month by Sega, in anticipation of Sonic Origin coming out.
Yep.
So
this
isn't, before you go open arms with your pitchforks, this isn't, they're not setting a precedent for anything, because remember, Rockstar delisted all the other GTA games, GTA Trilogy coming out at the end of last year.
Well, they did, and we all know how that went. But I was just going to say that there are still a few versions that won't be delisted. The Sega Ages versions of some of the games, I think, I want to say Sonic 1 and 2, and the Sonic games that are in the Nintendo Switch Online service, because they inked that deal. So Sonic 1 and 2, the Ages versions, Sega Ages versions, and the ones that are on Nintendo Switch Online And that's, I don't know what the ages thing is about, but the NSO is totally because they signed a deal with Nintendo and they can't take them off. Why not? Because we all know how bad Rockstar messed up with the remakes. Why not just leave them?
Because they need you to buy Sonic Origins, Dave. That's why they want to force you
to
buy Sonic Origins.
Okay, hold on.
I'm holding.
What do you think? How do you think the Venn diagram looks between the people that want to relive nostalgia? Oh, I love Sonic as a kid. I want to go and play Sonic. They go on their game console. They look in the online store. They see Sonic for like $5 to $10. I'm going to buy it, play it for a little bit, and be done with it. Versus the people that are like hyped for this, I guess, complete, perfect collection or whatever it is. It's all the original Sonic games.
I think you're
remastered, widescreen, all that. Like
you're prefacing the question incorrectly. It's people who are nostalgic, right? Who say, "Oh, the Sonic game." They're not going to see the $5, or not even $5, probably $2.99 takes to buy that one game flat out. They're going to see $20, $25, whatever the price is for the collection Sonic Origin.
I think it's going to be at least 30, if not 40. Yeah.
Okay, let's just say $29.99. Let's say $29.99.
Okay.
Right? They're going to see the $29.99 for 1, 2, 3 knuckles in was it Spinball or whatever, right? They're gonna see that and say, you know what, I can pay $8. They're probably not gonna play all 3 of them, right? Probably not gonna finish them, but it'll just be it'll be an impulse buy because people who are nostalgic for Sonic have our age or not older, or even a little bit younger, and have disposable income, and they'll say $30 is not that much. I'll pay $30, or I'll pay $30. I'll pay $30.
$30 versus $5 is a big jump.
Yeah, but here's again, you're comparing it to something that won't exist when they see it. You're saying 35 plus 5. They're not going to see the 5. They're not going to.
What I'm saying is I don't think people are going to pay $30 for it. The casual gamers who are looking to
you're wrong.
Get in on the nostalgia.
I think you're wrong. I think the casual gamers will pay the $35 because $35 in the grand scheme of things of the disposable income is a drop in a bucket.
Well, but I mean, you can say that for anything, right? I mean, you're not just going to willy-nilly spend money. Like, there's a lot of things that are cheap that I don't care about. So
I've spent more for less because $50 or $40 in a grand scheme of things and the impulse buy is nothing because I have the disposable income because of my, I'm older and I make more money now. All right,
but basically,
and again, I feel you when you have that comparison, and that's what they don't want. They don't want to compare it. They don't want you to see the $5 Sonic 2 game because you think Sonic 2 was the best game ever made, or the second best game ever made behind Super Mario World. They don't want you to see that comparison and buy the $5. They want to force you to buy Sonic Origin for $30, $40, $50, however much it costs.
Well, okay. I'll make this argument then, right?
Because from a business standpoint, I'm talking about from a business standpoint, they should have the choice. I personally think they should have the choice, but I can see the business part of this, just like you can see the business part of Sony not wanting to have people stack PlayStation Plus subscriptions. I can see the business part of this where you want to force people, you're tugging on a nostalgia string for the casual gamers and the hardcore gamers. You want them to spend the $30, $40 on.
You want to get the most out of it, but I think it's a blood from a stone situation. I don't think you're going to net. I don't think you're going to net more sales by doing this, and you're gonna burn the goodwill that you have with the Sega fans or the Sonic fans specifically, right? Because you did Sonic Mania and that was great, and then you put out Sonic Forces and it wasn't that great, and it's like, well, what are you going to do as a follow-up? Oh, let's go back to the classic stuff again, right? And I'll make another point, though, These are altered versions of the original in a new package. It's not just the 4x3 Sonic as you remember it from back in the day. So it is different. It's not the same old experience. And that could also, like, you know, I mean, I guess maybe they wouldn't know until they, like, really get into it. But if you look at the videos and you look at the, like, the stills, it's widescreen for one, as well as some other, you know, quality of life improvements and whatnot. But it's
so
different, slightly different.
Again, you're talking from someone in the know. Someone who doesn't know.
No, but
not going to know that there's a difference and go, oh, $5.
No, they would though, because they remember playing Sonic back in the day on an old tube TV with the square screen.
No, they wouldn't.
And now it fills the screen up.
They don't know. They're not going to trust me for someone who talks to people about.
I mean, maybe they
play games. Then you can play games. You have to explain this to me.
Maybe they won't. Maybe they won't put 2 and 2 together. Maybe they forget that. Maybe they forget that it was in 4:3 and that it wouldn't take up the full screen on your flat screen. You know, that's a possibility. But it's at the end of the day, when you okay, I'll say this. At the end of the day, when you tally up the scorecard for Sega, it is a net loss. Even if they manage to make more money on it, at the end of the day, it's a net loss. I disagree. Because they need to get back in the good graces with the people that actually buy their games, the fans of Sonic and the fans of all their other IP. They keep making bad moves.
Nostalgia people. I think this is a bad move for hardcore gamers. Nostalgia people don't care.
Well, wait a minute.
They don't see because they don't see the $5.99 or the $3.99 price. They don't see it. If they they see a price tag. That's $5 versus $30. Even if you have a lot of disposable income, again, 500%, but they don't see the $5.99. That's what you're not getting.
No.
You're comparing something that they can't see. They don't see the $5.99.
Okay.
They don't see it. I'm coming in this to the first time because I see marketing for Sonic. I don't see the $5.99 because it's delisted. I only see $29.99.
Let me ask you this because I don't think you're picking up what I'm putting down.
I pick up, but you're not. You're thinking from someone in the know.
Okay.
About somebody who doesn't know.
When you go to the checkout line anywhere, any store.
Okay.
What is the most expensive item at the front of the store?
Oh fuck! I don't know.
It's nothing over $2 at the front of the store because they're impulse buys.
Okay.
That is what you're dealing with here. You're dealing with people that maybe casually play, right? Maybe they buy 1 or 2 games a year. They want to relive their whatever.
This
$30, even if there's no $5 version, the $30 would give them a little bit of pause. It would give me pause. It would give me pause, right? I'm not going to just impulse buy the game.
Think about the aisles that are close to checkout that are not quite checkout.
But those aren't impulse buys, though. Those are regular aisles.
Yes, you do. You have clearance aisles where you
but clearance is different.
Towels.
Clearance is stuff they want to get rid of.
You have the Target towels that are like $7.99 when they're really $15.99 if you go in the regular aisle. $7.99 is a lot for a towel.
Sure.
It's still a lot for a towel, right? It gives me pause, and I have the disposable income, and then I pick up 3 or 4 of them because I'm it's sale for half off.
It's specifically a clearance rack, though. It's stuff they want to get rid of. Stuff they want to get rid of. Right, but it's not regular price. It's discounted.
But again,
so you look at what the price was. And what it is now, right? The towel that's $7 was normally $15 to $20, and you go, "Oh, that's a great deal." And the discount.
I purposely said that just so you could say that because I knew you would say that. Guess what, Dave? They don't have the $5.99 to compare to the $29.99. It doesn't exist.
But there's what's going to entice you to buy it though. There's nothing. It's a high price tag.
Nostalgia. $29.99 is not a high price tag.
That only goes so far though, right? That only goes so far. Nostalgia is going to get you to buy.
I don't play games, but I played Mario and Sonic when I was a kid. I remember I didn't play Sonic 1. I played Sonic 2 and I played Sonic 3. right? Oh my God, $29.99. I can just buy that and I'll play Sonic 2, 3, maybe 1. Check it out. Oh yeah, I had Sonic Spinball. My brother liked that game. I hated that game, but I'll try that out. I'll play 10 minutes of that. Like Dan's gonna play 30 minutes of Elden Ring, right? It's the same equivalent. I hate that
well,
game.
No. Says the man that has 5,000 video games behind him, and half of them you've never played and probably will never play. So you like collecting. You and me are simpatico. We are not the same.
I'm not gonna pay $29.99 unless you give me a physical version of. I'm not gonna pay.
Yeah, see, you won't even pay $30 for it, and you're a hardcore gamer. You love video games.
Because I need a physical.
Well, okay, I don't know. I just
honestly, if it wasn't for Games Pass, I would have never played our Game of the Year last year, which was Psychonauts 2, because I need a physical. I don't support digital, and I'm gonna do my part. I'm gonna go with my wallet.
Okay,
we always say, show it your wallet.
If you all right, we're getting off on a little. I have to ask you this one question though, but if Microsoft, or let's say Double Fine specifically, said, we will not be putting out, they came out with a statement saying, because they haven't yet, we will not be putting out a physical, right? And it gets the reviews that it gets. You know it's 9s and 10s across the board. Would you buy it? I probably
won't buy it. I wouldn't buy it.
That's insane, Dan. That's insane. You would deny yourself the experience of playing the game.
I don't support purposely not going digital. If you say we don't know, let's see how it goes.
Yeah, then you're just going to wait because you're going to go, oh, they're obviously putting out a physical. That scenario doesn't work. That scenario doesn't work. It's been some limited run games that I bought digitally because I said, you know what? We don't know. They said they don't know. It's a small studio, so I'll try it. Well, yeah, you bought them before limited run was even a thing. I mean,
there were some games that were.
You're talking about Shovel Knight, right? Shovel Knight specifically.
Castlevania, the Castlevania collection, right? Mm-hmm. No, not Shovel Knight. First of all, Shovel Knight came out on 3DS.
Digitally. Or was it a physical?
No, it was physical.
Was it? Okay.
I got a physical. No. Castlevania Contra collections. I brought those. I have those digitally and I have those physically. But
why did you not like? They're not. You could have still played all those games. You own all of those games. I know that. You own all of those games. Why would you do that?
It was the ease to play. It was the convenience. It was convenient.
So why not just play Psychonauts online? It's you just download it. There it is, and you have it. If it comes out physical, which it may,
because you're not listening to the words that come into my mouth. I said if they purposely say they're not putting out a physical, the scenario given to me was they're purposely
then you wouldn't support it. Oh, that's insane.
I'm not supporting it.
That's insane.
I'm not supporting. I can't. I'm sorry. I have to. As a collector, I have to support physical media. So I support physical.
I mean, it's becoming less and less of a thing, but I respect.
You know what? I respect. I'm hanging on.
I respect your conviction.
Listen, if Sony said purposely, again, we have to. This is the scenario presented to me. Okay, you put the scenario. Okay, I didn't make this up. If Sony said purposely, we are not putting a physical out for God of War Ragnarok, I would not buy or play that game.
Wow.
Digitally.
Okay.
I wouldn't do it.
Okay.
I wouldn't do it.
They're gonna break you. They're gonna break you.
I wouldn't do it. Well, you know what? They will eventually, but you know what? It ain't gonna be easy. Okay. It's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy, baby.
I get it in a way. I get it.
You know, the only way they can break me if they do like a Soup to Nuts remake of Super Mario World.
Oh, well, I mean, come on. You're only a man. Man. You're only a man. I mean, I understand.
Super Mario World, then they got me. They got me. They got me. All right, our last story on the docket. You know, I love these like warm-hearted things, and talking about preservation.
That's right.
Physical, just in general, preservation is a good thing. And Sony has engineered a team to preserve older games, which actually was accidentally announced because there was an engineer that's part of the team that announced that his job at Sony is part of the new preservation team, and then he announced. So apparently, I broke the internet announcing my new job at PlayStation.
Yep.
So So this is cool on both fronts. The announcement that it was accidental, and the fact that Sony is looking to preserve old games.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's apparently got a famous GDC talk about game preservation from 2019.
He does. He used to work at EA, so he's doing something similar to that as well. Mm-hmm. But it's not about just preserving the game. It's about making sure they are able to be played. You got to be able to play it and have devs go back to it if there are anything that need to fix and patches or anything like that.
Right, because there's games that have been released that have game-breaking bugs. I mean, you want to talk about worst-case scenario, we'll get Drake and the 99 Dragons. I don't even know how that game got through QA and all the quality from Microsoft, but that game was, I believe it's unbeatable. The game is so broken, it's unbeatable. No. Like literally, you can't beat it.
Unbeatable. You know what's unbeatable? Elden Ring.
Elden Ring is very much beatable, Dan. It just takes time and effort. It's not a bad game, but like something like that, you could fix it and have people play it, right? I mean, it's a part of gaming history, but to like a lesser extent, you look at any game that's out there right now, there are bugs in it. And it would be great to go back and get a patch on a game 20 years later and be able to play it in, a better state than when it was released. That'd be awesome, And the physical is one way, preserving these games and the hardware and the actual physical discs and all that, the physical cartridges, but also like digitally too, to be able to play these games, effectively, easily. And it's good to see Sony is taking steps to do that. So, very, very, very happy to see this.
All right. That's it. That's all I got. That's all on docket.
Mm-hmm.
You got any good plans coming up this week? Besides recording Saturday Morning Retro and a special guest for the future.
I am very, very excited on both those counts. Stay tuned to our social media to see who it is, but it's going to be a banger of an episode, and definitely looking forward to Saturday Morning Retro. But going to play more Elden Ring. Surprise, surprise. Love that game. I'm getting in it. That is, okay, say what you want about the difficulty and whatever else. I have definitely gotten my $60 out of that game. If I stop playing that game now and never played it again, I would be happy with my purchase.
Guess what? I think I played like $40 for it. Because it was like buy 2 get 1 free.
Oh yeah. So overall,
yeah. I've loaded it up and I haven't played it yet, and I already got my $40. So I'm straight.
Dan just loves ripping open the packages. He's a little kid on Christmas.
That's it.
That's exciting.
Oh my god! I got Elden Ring, the game that everybody says is great. It sucks. I loaded up and I haven't played it.
You can't say it sucks. You haven't given it any time yet. All right, at least play like 20 minutes of it.
Listen.
Get out into Limgrave and go around and get your ass kicked, and then let me know what you think.
It's a formality. Just a formality. It sucks.
See, look at this guy. I'll play
it, and then it'll.
Have an open mind, Dan. Have an open mind.
My mind is open. It's open.
Yeah, but it's already been decided that you don't like Elden Ring.
I know it sucks. It's open. My mind is open. It sucks. I know.
No, you can't say the game is not for you. I think that's the better way to put it. But I wouldn't even say that. I didn't necessarily think the game was for me.
You know what? Those are words I could use, right? Or I could just say it sucks.
You heard it here.
That's a word.
Dan, I hate Elden Ring Robinson. That's going to be your new name.
There you go. I use that word.
Dan, judging a book by its cover, Robinson.
Oh, it's judged.
There you go. Judged. Haven't even cracked the spine yet. Oh.
All right. I've already written my opinion.
Oh my God.
It's judged. It sucks. Yep,
well, you know what? There's nothing more
put it this way. You know what? I put it this way. We don't guarantee a lot of things on this show. We don't, right? Dave has come down and he's guaranteed some things that we let slide, but I can guarantee you this. Elden Ring will not be Game of the Year by Rated G over my dead body. I'll tell you that right now.
The views expressed by one Dan Robinson do not reflect the views of Rated G for Gamers. Sorry, I just had to put that in there. Just had to put that in there.
I guarantee that right now it's not going to be Game of the Year. I'll fight for any other game. I will fight for any other game.
Yeah, you know what? I don't have enough energy I don't have enough energy to even start that conversation.
You know what? Ghostwire Tokyo, if you want to name that.
I haven't played it yet.
Last year, if you want to name that. I'll say okay. You know what? The Order 1886 can win this year.
No. You love that game. You love that game. That doesn't count. Finally. You know what? You name it, I'll pick any other game. Wow, there you go. Death Stranding for a second year in a row, folks. It's going to win Game of the Year.
The only game in video game history to win Game of the Year 2 years in a row.
Yeah, right. Well, no, it's not 2 years in a row. Because last year was It Takes Two. But yeah, two times. Oh.
Yeah. Well, Psychonauts. It was Psychonauts. But
yeah, Psychonauts last year.
There we go.
Oh.
There we go. I'll name any game. I'll name it. You name it, I'll take it.
Okay.
Elden Ring will not win.
You heard it here, folks. Super Mario Bros. 3 will win 2022 Game of the Year.
You know what? I'll nominate it myself.
Oh my God! Wow, this is gonna be all right.
It took 30 years, but it finally won.
Dan, you realize we record these things and they go out on the internet. So I'm gonna go back. I'm going to go back when nomination season comes up, right? The half year I'll let slide, right? We'll make our picks nominee half year. I'm not going to bring it up then, which is coming up real soon. But when December rolls around and we're talking, okay, what game are we going to put up on the block and what game are we going to hoist up and be number one? I'm going to reference this episode 314.
You know what? I'll even name Final Fantasy 1. I'll name a Final Fantasy game.
That's fantastic, Dan. You're naming AAA games right now. This is great.
There we go.
There we go.
It took 30 years, but it finally won Game of the Year.
30, almost 40. It'll be 40
There you go.
35 years. I think it's the 35th anniversary.
There you go.
Oh,
wow. I've done it.
Wow. This episode took a turn, folks.
I'll make you happy. I'll name a PC only game as Game of the Year.
Well, you had to have at least played it. That's obviously the criteria. We can't nominate games you haven't played.
I will get a Steam Deck just to play the game, just so Elden Ring won't win.
There we go.
Just so Elden Ring won't win. I'll do it.
Wow, this guy. Please direct all your comments. I hate to say this because we share the same social media account, but at Rated G for Gamers on all forms of social media. You can find us on there and specifically at Dan Robinson about this. All right, direct all your hate to him because I love this game. I am an Elden Ring fan. All right. And on that note, that is episode 314 in the books, folks. We want to thank all of you guys for listening to the show and liking, commenting, and doing all the good stuff that you guys do. If you want to interact with us, and we know that you do, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Rated G for Gamers. Also, we are part of the Gaming Podcast Alliance. You can check out all of the fine podcasts featured on there at gamingpodcastalliance.com if you're looking for more gaming goodness. So, please listen, like, rate, review, and subscribe. And as always,
keep gaming.